welcome to episode 8 of Peter and Angela play Feed the Beast Monster. As you can see today, I'm alone. Angela is still preparing for her barn and collecting material. I have planned to do some more nether stuff together with you guys, but it came a little bit different. As you can see, I was in the nether and improved some stuff there. I even came close to another fortress, so there will be an episode of me trying to get a blaze spawner. But ultimately I got a couple saplings of the bloodwood tree that Angela's gonna use for her barn, and I looked it up and those trees only grow upside down, so I made that thingy and I'm growing it and we're harvesting it. And there's some chest with some wood already, which is here, and you see it's a mess. We really have to get a storage system, and I decided I'm gonna go right away with applied energistics because of different reasons. Other things happening here is a little brick factory. Right now it's making stone, but it's gonna be extended to make stone bricks with an igneous extruder who gets the water out of the pool to the right, and the lava doesn't get used up. There's one extra one and a couple barrels, and because Angela's gonna build a lot with stone, so I'm started the production. Here I mined everything. At one point I built a quarry and fed it with magmatic dynamos and lava, and there's some lava left here, but there's a lot of empty tanks. Below here the lava is used up, and just chests with stuff everywhere. It's really starting to get messy, especially down here, as you can see. For uranium I had to build a pulverizer because the sag mill cannot do uranium. So build a pulverizer, have energy cells. For the jetpacks we keep charging the generator with charcoal, and I'm just getting really tired of bugging my wife to make charcoal and storing lava and dragging it out and using buckets to, like just over here. Refill the bucket, put it back in to charge the energy cell. This later on goes up there. So I decided we gonna use most of the resources we have and build some better tool for energy storage and a way better tool for generating energy. So let's see. I want to use Ender.io. I never used it for storage, so it's something new, and I saw you can expand it virtually endlessly, as far as I know, and it has less storage per block compared to like the big energy cells, but I think it's just cooler. And we need cable for that. That's gonna be energy conduits. The iron, and when you click on the iron, it gives you the recipe for the alloy smelter. I did the smelting as much as possible beforehand, because it's boring to watch. So for the cable we need the iron and the binder, and the binder you get out of mimicite and the binder composite. The composite is clay, sand, and gravel. So I did prepare stuff here. So let's put that in. That's the binder. I learned to click here for clearing that. So gonna get that. And then the iron. And the binder, and we have some conduits. Okay, now we need the double layer capacitor, 4 pieces of that for the capacitor bank. So I prepared stuff for that too. 2, 3, 4. And the capacitor bank itself. So that will give us the mean of storing energy and a cable to hook it up to stuff. But now, what are we going to use for creating energy? Rotary craft is tedious. It's interesting, but it's just not my thing right now. There's some really cool stuff I want to do, but it's not for early stages. I don't want to like carry around lava. I don't have enough stuff for reactor craft, since you need rotary craft in order to get started with reactor craft. But there's this neat mod I fell in love with called Big Reactors. So we're gonna build a reactor. There's passively cooled reactors, which we're gonna build. And the later tier is gonna be actively cooled, where you hook up a turbine and basically produce steam and then power the turbine with it. But this one just creates energy. So we're gonna need a fuel rod, a power tap to take the energy out, some access ports to put in the fuel and take the waste out, a controller, a control rod. Basically you can use the control rod to control the temperature. On the small one we don't really need it, but you have to put one in. And we need a lot of reactor casings. So let's get started. All in all, I think we need about 150, a little bit more iron, 153 graphite, which is smelted coal, about 40 uranium, some little bit of redstone, 2 chests, 2 pistons, and the diamond. So let's see what we can produce here. Some iron, some yellorium, which is if you use a pulverizer and use uranium, you get yellorium out of that, which is quite helpful. So let's create a bunch of those. And then start building the crucial components. So the fuel rod, choose this, graphite, iron. The recipes are pretty straightforward. Then we need the power tap, that we got here, which is a little bit of redstone and some reactor casings. So we got the power tap to get the power out. Now the access ports to get fuel in. This is where the chests and the pistons come in. Again, a pretty straightforward recipe. Now comes the actually nuclear controller, reactor controller. So I got 3, 4. And I might just realized I might need a lot less resources, because I was counting. I didn't think of that one recipe for the casing makes actually 4 casings. So that's pretty cool. It makes it a lot cheaper than I thought. Now the control rod, which we're not gonna need, but for all I know it has to be in there. So, and it's not costing that much more. I really didn't realize that I got 4 pieces out of the casing, so that's really a nice surprise. It takes a lot less. Cool. See, sometimes you plan and you just don't see the obvious. So I think we have everything we need. So let's go building it. And there's Mr. and Mrs. Chicken. And they're gonna be our guards. They're gonna control the reactor in case of emergencies. They got special training, so they know how to shut it down and stuff. So let's get started. I'm gonna put it actually I'm gonna put it in the ground a little bit. Excuse me. bring it a little bit back. Yeah. So not smack in the middle, it's close to. Okay, so we're gonna put the casing down. Come on, chicken, come on. Come on. Mr. Chicken, come on, I'm trying to work here. Come on, thank you. I think all the corners have to be the casing, and other parts could be, there's a glass version of it. It's called vector glass, and it's basically a vector casing with some glass on the side. But on a small one, we actually don't even have space for that. Come on, Mrs. Chicken. So, one set more. So we had vector casings, another set of that. Okay, so that would be the cube. Now since it's so small, it's not even need any cooling fluid in there. So in the center is going to be the fuel rod. Then above it's going to be the control rod. Again, in a big reactor, you can go in there and set that it controls the heat to use fuel not as fast, like for a smaller burn. Okay, director controller, gonna do on the front. It's nice and accessible. The access port, we're gonna make one on the back and one on the side here. The power tap we're gonna make here. And as I see that the whole thing changed. And voila, we got the vector control where it says the fuel status. Let me get the arms away. The heat, the core heat, the buffer. And it really gives like good explanations. Here you can select if automatically eject waste from a port, and if it's enabled or disabled like on offline. Now we have two access ports. This, when I go in there, I can set to be outlet mode, so it will eject stuff. And I'm gonna put chest here and use some item ducts that will connect and say take it out here and put the waste in here. And for surviving it with fuel, now this is set, as you can see yellow, it's input, inlet mode. And you can eject fuel and eject waste basically if you want to get the reactor empty because you make it bigger, you reconfigure it, you just want to take it apart. You can get the stuff out right away. Now we set this here to go out of the chest and into the reactor. And now I hope this hooks up. I never tried that. We have the capacitor bank. And we're going to use some conduit to... Well, looks like it's hooking up just perfectly. It's green. Okay, and now we're gonna take some yellorium and fire it up. Hopefully. There you go. There's one there. Why is it not getting out? I probably have to put a servo in here. I'm never sure with ducts. I used to use all the Buildcraft pipes, but I just wanna those I think are less laggy for the server, especially the opaque version. Okay, it's got here, so let's see. Core fuel start is 25% full, so put more stuff in. And there we go, 100% full, and I guess it actually stored a lot already in there. And let's put a servo in here too. I think it's auto eject, but just to make sure so the waste gets really out. Okay. So, full rod 1, capacity 4000 millibuckets, which is 4 ingots, no waste, and Let's just fire it up. And this is safe, it won't explode. At least I haven't made it explode, and I built some stuff just like, let's try it out. Okay, the buffer sees a little bit, which means it's getting exported. And here the capacitor bank is already taking on the modules. You can store 5 million in one of those blocks, so, and you can just stack them when it goes bigger. So eventually, I'm probably making something that's not as bad as what Direwolf and other people do, or Captain Check from the Minecrafters, cause they make some really really big shit. It's not gonna be that much, but it's gonna be some good sized, and I'm gonna put it to good use. As you can see, Mr. and Mrs. Chicken are already like making sure the electricity flows. They're checking everything out, and they got special training, so if something goes wrong, they take care of it. And as you can see, slowly getting depleted. The casing heat is like in the blue area. The core heat. If you make a bigger reactor, you have like empty space in it that you can fill with different fluids like liquid redstone, liquid ender, or just water. And the better the conductivity is, the lower the fuel usage. So this barely uses anything, and it already creates 350 red flux per tick, and it's about, I think it's about 20 ticks in a second. And as it gets used up when there's more waste, the efficiency goes down a little bit till it gets like a fresh thing in. So you see here, waste is going to 55 millibuckets, and once it reaches 1000 millibuckets, it ejects it in the back, since you said auto eject. We have that here. And get replenished by fuel that's already stored in there. So on this mod, you don't have to worry about radiation ruining your server. And as far as I know, in the worst case something melts, but I haven't even seen that. I haven't never heard of big reactors melting. The only thing that can break is you have a turbine and it goes over speed. I have not tried it out because I heard how bad it can get, so I didn't do it. So eventually it's gonna be the waste, and it's gonna create energy as long as it's on. And if I just say okay, I got enough, I just say here deactivate, and it goes down and it's safe, and it just stops producing energy once this thing here is full. Oh, and yes, if you stack more, then the input output gets also sized up, so you have more input and output. So in here I just can turn it back on, and it's perfectly fine. I love it. It took a lot of resources. It's actually less than I thought, but it takes a lot as the start. But I think it's a really good way to get energy production going. I mean, we already got over 1 million RF. And I can like go and hook up those machines directly with the conduits, and no more lava. It's just gonna be lovely. And I can only just always just, let me see, this one is full, this one is not. I can just take an energy cell and just hook it up and load it up like as fast as the energy cell can take the energy. So you put it here and making a conduit. Check. Oops. And then set the side to actually take energy. It can only take max of 80 per tick, and it takes it, and it's really cool. And those cables they're gonna see later on can be hidden in walls. Ender IO is an amazing mod, especially in combination with big reactors. So here we got 3% depleted, but already got 1.5 million and already taking stuff out. So energy production is going, and with the energy we have, we're gonna be able to start an applied energistic storage system. Now, I'm just gonna show you guys really quick what does it look like in the, oh, there's a sound, maybe it's a cooldown. didn't leave anything. Ah, bastard. I think it's politically correct to call a zombie a bastard. Okay. Yeah, as you can see down here, I expanded the pool room. There's a little crafting area, some stuff that I built. And I died 3 times building that stuff and expanding it, so there's an exit here. All that fire is from gas shooting. And then here is the endless tunnel, cause nether fortresses go from south to north. And I was looking everywhere else, flying around and not successful. And then again I was reading up and thinking, damn, what stupid dude are you looking in the wrong direction? So, and after I realized I wasn't going in the wrong direction, going south and north, I went west. And it's the endless tunnel. And over there you see the latest deaths that happened over there. Eventually I was smart enough to borrow Angela's armor, which helped tremendously. And yeah, it's the endless tunnel. Which eventually comes to an end, as you can see over the stairs. So eventually I hit, yeah, there's some cobblestone more here and crafting bench. Eventually I hit the walls of an ender fortress and then just made stairs up. And flew a little around. Over there to the right somewhere is a spawner for blazes. That I'm gonna move to the overworld, and I'm gonna prepare a building where they can spawn and get killed, and I get stuff from them. And so, well, that's the extent in the nether. Just a long boring tunnel. That's why I didn't record it, because it's just watching me build it. It wasn't fun. The couple times I died was really quick with those fire bats who exploded on me. I didn't have any armor on me. And well, we got energy secured. We got a quarry running, which eventually gonna see when I start quarrying a big area for my technology center. And we keep collecting the wood that Angela needs, and I think the next episode she's gonna show you how to make a really wonderful looking barn. And this was episode 8. I hope I didn't bore you guys so much. I'm more like a technical person. Angela is more the fun and creativity in our team. So, hope you guys had a good time. Bye!